Safety car. No overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Okay, clear. Come on, you can win that place back.
Before I made a mistake.
Watching a great battle here between Rage and Skytube, just inside the top 10. Rage tried it up the inside, Skytube defended really well, and in the DRS it looks like Rage is just going to pinch the position. He is a brilliant mover around the outside.
Fantastic move around the outside. A good bit of defensive driving as well from Skytube as they came out of the fast chicane. It looks as though he lifted just a bit to try and minimise that impact of the momentum that Rage was carrying and the slipstream and so on. A bit similar to what Lewis Hamilton did a few years ago in Belgium, trying to prevent Sebastian Vettel from overtaking him on the Kemmel Straight, just lifting off ever so slightly, just reducing the amount of effect that slipstream is going to have.
We're approaching the pit window.
Skytube is doing such a good job out front, 14 laps, and he has got a hell of a gap over VTech Panda, who's also going along. Had to stop early for an incident, switched onto the hards. He's done 13 laps, so he's going to go even longer. So we've got such a mixed up field with different strategies and early pit stops. It's going to make it really interesting for K-Matic. He's probably just begging Skytube to get out of his way and unleash him. And here he goes with DRS. Inside line into turn 1, and he gets the move completed. Finally, that was so many laps stuck behind Skytube.
Absolutely, absolutely. It has been. I mean, it's perhaps somewhat appropriate that SkyTube is driving the Racing Point. Obviously, Sergio Perez in real life, famed for his tyre conservation. We saw similar sorts of things from SkyTube in season 1. Lots of tyre conservation, lots of picking the right strategies to salvage what would have otherwise been fairly bad races. Not necessarily bad in terms of his driving style, but certainly in terms of the way that luck can sometimes play out in these races. It's interesting, though, looking back at that Alpha pit stop, I wasn't aware that Ferrari had transferred their strategists to the virtual world and to Alfa Romeo, but there we go.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
As we have a look up and down again, we see that Fraser is now closing in on SkyTube, but that's because SkyTube is in the pits, taking off those medium tyres, and let's have a look and see what he goes on to. And it is the soft tyre going on there, making sure that he's going to have the optimum grip to get to the end and fight for those positions. He's going to come out somewhere around where he is now, 6th place. It doesn't seem as though he's going to be threatened too much by the cars behind, although I speak too soon. 7th place is where he ends up as Mark Hopkins takes place from him there. Mark Hopkins, he's done very well. He's 8 lap.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
And then switch it back off to carry that extra speed the rest of the way down the straight.
Just saw a great example of that. SkyTube, who is on the softs, an absolute madman at the moment, just caught Mark Hopkins down the main straight, used so much overtake with the DRS, and in combination with it was able to swiftly make the move down the inside, and he's now up to 6th after starting 13th, pitting early, although perhaps an unprovoked pit stop from being in an earlier incident. He now is well up the order, and on the soft tyres will be making up time on those in front of him. Dog, his teammate, is only about 3 seconds up the road.
Laps older. And then once Fraser had managed to get himself by, the gap stayed relatively consistent as Fraser is now in the wall. Fraser is in the wall at the start of the lap. He's been able to turn it around now, but he's now dropped all the way back down to 4th. And now SkyTube's chances of getting that 4th place are seemingly much more likely than they were before.
I was just about to say that SkyTube picked up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, and Fraser's in the dirt. Gravel, I wonder whether this is his race over or whether he's just trying to sneakily cut a little bit of time off, but he's going awfully slow as he rejoins the track all the way down to 6th. So SkyTube now up to 5th, Dog in front, 14 laps old hards versus the 4 lap old softs, and they're going to go to the end of the race and only 2 seconds in between them. So this could be an unexpected 4th place for SkyTube after starting 13th, but a 5-second time penalty is coming his way.
We're now up to 1.1 seconds there, as SkyTube now within 4/10 of his teammate into this left-right rather, and now onto the DRS straight, the 3rd straight on this lap. Now I don't think we're going to see a move down here, but if he's able to keep it nice and clean and nice and easy through this final sector, just put his teammate under a bit of pressure, we might see a move perhaps down the start-finish straight or down into turn 3. Just having a look inside their cockpits, we can see here that Dog has not as much ERS available to use as his teammate. You can see that from the little yellow bar at the bottom of their steering wheel. And now the green bar you see there on SkyTube's steering wheel, that means he's gone into overtake. It's now orange again, so he's switched off that overtake mode, but he's got the move done around the outside. And now using that DRS, that second bite of the cherry, if you like, down the straight and into turn 3 and well ahead of his teammate by a few car lengths. as we run you down through the finishing order for that race then. So it's K-Tomatic, Silver Arrow, VTech Panda, Skytube, Fraser, Dog, Mark Hopkins, False 12, Sienna Bob Nelio, Tom JB, Rage, Jazzy Bingman, Aliwar, Like $100, and that rounds out the table there. I'd say penalties for the majority of the field there. Although, guys, what do you think? Who was your driver of the day rather today?
Well, I got to say, I think K-Tomatic just stole the drive, but I think Skytube on that alternate strategy, caught up in a turn 1 instant, hard tyres, and then having the longevity in those hard tyres to get past his teammate and take advantage of a few instants in front of him to get up to 4th, I think is a great result for him.
Yeah, and I've personally got to give it to VTech Panda, who ran that long hard stand and also managed to not pick up any track limits penalties, stayed clean the entire way through the rest of the race there, and started P8, was able to get himself up to P3, but Skytube, another phenomenal drive from him as well.